So since July, I've been going through a lot of stuff. Some of it's medical, and I won't go into it because it's just too personal. But the event that really got the ball rolling on all the stuff, they say things come in waves when they do happen. But the thing that kickstarted everything was the death of my friend Andrew. Um, It was pretty tough to take. In the beginning, I was very emotional, and I just had this kind of panic in me sometimes, like, this anxiety slash panic. But I got through it, and a lot of other stuff happened to me. A lot of good stuff too. I moved to a new place. It doesn't look like much right now, but we're gonna get some paintings hanging and all that stuff. But I moved to a new place thanks to Andrew and his family. I ended up in a new place, and I'm so grateful, and I'm just so happy in this new place. I'm getting settled in, and it's a real change from where I was living before. And in a way, as much as it's great to be living in a new place, I mean, leaving your old place is kind of it's you lose something, you lose a little something, right? Like you a place you've lived in for 5 years just kind of grows very familiar, and when you lose that, you lose a little bit of something. But it really is minor, and I'm settling into the new place just great. And in the new place, I kind of have this. It's kind of like when I moved into the new place, a lot of my other things that I have going on seem to kind of start resolving themselves. So things are getting a bit quieter now, and I kind of knew too that when I moved to this new place, I would have a new space to think in, a cleaner space to think in, and now I'm just kind of like reflecting on the last few months since July, and on what all of it means. So what came up a couple times after Andrew's death was anti-natalism, and the relationship anti-natalism has to death. I guess there's some more advanced thinkers than I am who could draw those kind of, correlations, between anti-natalism and death. But as far as I'm concerned, there is no real connection between anti-natalism and death. Because with or without anti-natalism, we all die. Everyone dies. That happens. Anti-natalism doesn't cause people to die. People die with or without anti-natalism. And I think what some people might be talking about when they make that correlation is the idea of the species, the human species ending. I think that's what they're talking about. But if you look closer at that problem, what you're really talking about is basically the replacement of people who have died. So it's not really death you're talking about. Death is something that happens either way, and you're going to mourn people that die one way or the other, because they're going to die. But in terms of replacing people that die, well, we don't really mourn the people that never were. We just don't. I guess some people, like some women who might have wanted to be mothers, they think, oh, I wish I had a child and I mourn that child that I never had, something like that. But generally, people don't mourn people that never were. So when you look at the problem closely, you're looking at something that has nothing to do with death. So in relation to my friend's death, I don't see the correlation. I don't see how it matches up. Like, my friend died, so therefore anti-natalism is wrong somehow, because that just doesn't work. Anti-natalism is, simply put, the belief that it is immoral to have children, to bring people into existence. And you could get into like animals and all that stuff, but just for simplicity's sake, it is immoral to bring people into existence. And that's antinatalism. One YouTuber, I forget who it was, said, I think it was Lawrence Anton actually, he said, if you think about people who think antinatalism is death. Well, no, it really isn't. Like antinatalism, if you could live forever, if you've already been born and you want to live forever, there's some magic technology or magic pill that you could take that could make you live forever. By all means, go ahead and live for as long as you possibly want. But the idea is that bringing people into existence always leads to suffering. And they are better off, even though they don't exist, they are better off not existing. Because they, in that state of non-existence, if you could call it a state of non-existence, they have no desires, no wants, no interests, like nothing is there. So that you're not depriving anyone of anything. So that's all I want to say. That's essentially what came up, I can't really say much else than that. Okay, bye.